Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start by putting on my cute little cat ears. Maintain my hair, and then I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender. Well, this is the Morphe brush. This is the Morphe version of a beauty blender with the sculpting edge and the tip. So I'm just going to blend that out. Okay. So nextly, I'm going to take the Norvina palette, and I'm going to take the base shade and set my concealer. So now that my eyes are perfectly set, I'm going to take the shade Passion from the Norvina palette, which is this darker berry shade, and I'm going to put that on the outer part of my crease. So I went ahead and packed that on with the M322 brush from Morphe, and I blended it out with a blending brush from Morphe. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe, and this is the oldest palette that I've had. This palette is used and abused, but I love this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and take my flat shader brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I'm going to dip into this shade and this shade right down below it and put that on my lid. And it is a fall eyeshadow tutorial, so I obviously want to know, what are you guys most excited for about fall? And yeah, just leave some comments down below sharing your thoughts about fall. I'm also going to clean up the little fallout that I got underneath my eye, because it looks like I've been abused. But I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with the Morphe blending brush that I used for the crease. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that right there. And I'm going to take my finger into the light red shade and just pack that on some more. I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye, and I will be right back. So I'm going to take a little break from the eyes, and we're going to prime our face. I like to use the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer in the shade Nude Glow, and I like to take the Clinique Moisture Surge and mix them together on my face, just so that way my face is hydrated and not dry with a whole bunch of makeup on my face. So I'm going to take this and put that where my highlighter would go, because pretty much this is a liquid, super Right, I'm going to take it and put it a little bit on my forehead so that way my forehead is a little bit oily. Like, not oily, but it gives it a little bit of a glow. Take a little bit on my nose. And then I'm just going to go work those into those spots. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to, like, blend it out, like, right here. A little bit on my cheek. And this primer, if you guys don't know, I've said it a million times, this smells so good. Sorry if my face is a little bit red. I have a tendency, if I like touch it or move it around, it like gets very red. So I'm going to dip into a little bit of this and put it here, just a little down here, a little bit here, and a little bit running down my neck because we do put foundation down there too. And we're just gonna smooth that out and I'll be right back. So now that our face is moisturized, I'm going to go ahead and go into our foundation. And today I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Swan. I'm going to squirt a little bit on the back of my hand, about like 2 pumps. And I'm going to take my Morphe blender and just pack this on my face and blend it out. I'm actually going to wet my beauty blender with some MAC Fix Plus. Just get it all in there. And go ahead and dab this on my face. Okay, so I also went ahead and did my concealer, and now that we are looking like a ghost, we do not want to look like a ghost, even though it is almost Halloween. I didn't want to get confused. I'm going to take my Fit Me powder, the loose finishing powder, and put that on my face. I'm going to grab my little Luxie precision foundation brush, and I'm going to just take the powder and dust this all over my face using tapping motion, because you don't want to just sweep it because it doesn't like stay. You want it to like be set into your skin, so you're obviously going to want to press it and not smear it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I will be right back to bronze up the face and blush my face. So now after our face is all set, we are going to do our bronzer. So for bronzer today, I am using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and this is in the shade medium slash deep. I don't know why I got medium slash deep, because it's really dark, but I love this bronzer. This has been my go-to bronzer for a really long time now. So let's go ahead and sculpt our face. So I'm just going to take this from here and drag it down just a little and try to blend it as much as possible as we are doing this. This just gives us a little bit of life back to our face and make sure everything is chiseled. And I'm also going to blend this with a Morphe E52 brush. And after we do our cheekbones, we're going to want to move on to our forehead. Just braise it just a little bit right below your hairline and right next to your hairline. Just so that way it follows down and you don't look like your forehead has no dimension to it at all. So one of my favorite things about fall is the whole cold aspect. Like, it starts to get cooler instead of it being so hot. But living in Florida, you don't really get to do that, so that kind of sucks. But it still does get a little bit cooler. It'll go from like the 90s down to probably like the 80s to the 70s, and that's pretty cool for us. But I like fall. Fall is one of my favorite seasons other than winter because it gets nicer and the weather changes. Okay, so now that our face is bronzed, we're going to go ahead and go into our blush, and I'm using the Tarte Double Duty Cheek and Highlighter palette. I didn't do that. Don't blame me. But it comes in this cute little pineapple packaging. And this is what it looks like. It is so pretty. It is called Blush and Glow Peachy Glow, and I'm just going to use the blush out of this one, and I'm going to use a different highlighter. So I'm going to go into my Luxie 514 blush brush and dip into this beautiful blush shade and put this on our cheeks. Just because I love having the whole rosy, very pretty cheeks. Going to take a little bit and just fluff it on our nose, just so that way it comes near our nose. We're gonna blend that up. We are looking very much alive now, but just to give us that glow, I'm going to use a highlighter, and I am going to use the Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Air, and I'm just going to take a brush. Let me find it. I'm going to be taking this Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name, but I'm just gonna sweep it back and forth across the highlight, tap off the excess, and this is just such a beautiful highlight. I love this highlight. This was only $5. So if you can get a highlight that works for you for only $5, why not? So I'm just going to brush this on the bridge of my nose, the tip, a little bit on my cupid's bow, a little bit down here, and then on the other side. So that's the face all glowed. I'm going to put everything away and then we'll move back to the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to do the bottom lower lash line, and I'm going to take the Passion shade from the Norvina palette, dip into the Morphe E36 brush, tap out the excess, and we're going to work this on our lower lash line. And I'm going to just take this brush and just not drop it, but slowly, just smallly blend it out. And I know it looks a little crazy right now, but it will come together. So for the top eyeliner, I'm going to use the Tarte Man Eater liquid eyeliner. I'm actually going to do my eyeliner off camera because I'm a little nervous doing it on camera. Okay, so I kind of did everything off of camera except for the stuff that I want to show you. So I did the NYX for the lower lash line. I did the Pure Bombshell lashes on my eyes. So I actually want to show you how I make this like a glittery fall look. I'm going to take my Heavy Metal by Urban Decay glitter, take this, and I'm going to set this on the back of my hand, just so that way I have enough. And I'm going to take the Morphe little thin tip artist brush, and I'm going to take some of the glitter, and I'm going to put it like in like my lower lash line. Layla, shh. And just set it along here. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. I'm only going to bring it to the front of the lashes. You don't want to bring it all the way down. So that's it for the eyes. For the lips, I'm going to use the Stila lipstick in the shade Aubrey. Sit down. Sit down. No. 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 So that's it for this fall like glittery eyeshadow tutorial. So yeah, go ahead and leave a comment down below if you want more videos like this, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Bye guys.